We're back.
Normal for an alpha Minecraft channel to suddenly go live, especially in the year 2024. So when I saw this live stream pop up on my feed, I knew it had to be something weird.
Right? Why me?
When I joined, I was surprised to see an incredibly developed world with tons of buildings and gardens, but what immediately struck me as odd was why the players still had such bad tools. It was obvious that many months had been spent on this world, but yet they had no iron tools or
no
iron
hunger
armor.
bar? This the OG, like this that alpha
As I watched, I could see the player walk around their base, finish construction of a new house, and begin to wander further away from base in search of something. They traveled for a while before even finding any actual trees because their base just had countless empty ones, which is a bit unsettling, but it's most likely just because leaf decay wasn't added until Alpha 1.06.
Yeah.
And the player... Oh, okay, maybe it is unsettling. The
Right.
player then encounters a hole that goes surprisingly deep underground, and then this happens.
Ah, nigga lost control of his mouse. Alright, bro. I be with y'all like, okay, ARGs is hard. This nigga just trolled on his mouse so he could fall in there, bro.
And then the stream ends. This channel is called Consciousness, but I'm gonna call our player Con because consciousness is a mouthful, much like your mother. But the channel's description describes itself as an alpha Minecraft uploads channel, despite the fact that it only has one upload aside for the live streams, and majority of which don't even go public after they happen. So I turned on post notifications and watched the singular posted video in the meantime.
Waiting 30 minutes, John.
It begins with Con messaging on a sign. An interesting comment, but as someone who started their YouTube channel before I had parental permission to, I could relate. As the video continued, it showed what appeared to be the start of a new world, where Khan is doing all of the typical starting activities.
Just use your fist,
finding
bro.
Wood, making tools, going into caves. It's odd. Khan appears to be incredibly opposed to entering any caves or underground areas at all. This could perhaps be because Khan is a young child and is scared of those areas, or perhaps Khan is partaking in a Minecraft but I can't touch the color gray challenge. Either is possible. Khan starts to mine out trees and even begins construction of a house. And the area around that house is very recognizably the same area that we saw in that live stream, except this time with many more trees than we see prior. We see Khan place down a sign and type "first home." But then they delete it and say, "look closely," and then deletes that. The video then ends soon after. Here's what I had gathered so far. This was most likely a child due to the flower gardens and the seemingly being afraid of the dark.
Okay.
They are only given around 30 minutes a day to play Minecraft, and they're not supposed to record it, but they are doing so secretly.
Okay.
But what really confused me was the text, "look closely." I felt there was something here I was missing, and with nothing but time until the next live stream, I decided to recreate parts of the player's base the best I could on a different world, hoping it would potentially reveal something.
What?
Jesus. All I'm learning is this guy definitely builds like it's 2010, that's for sure. I also can't express how hard it is to build these off of like random frames from the live stream. Like, this is like my old build tutorials, just way too fast, and it's hard to see what the hell I'm supposed to be building. I know this probably seems unnecessary for me to be building all of this, but you'd be wrong, because as I was going through my recording of the live stream, I caught a glimpse of something I
It was
hadn't
a sign,
noticed
right?
before.
In the
It
corner?
was a sign.
Yeah.
And I really only had 3 frames to go off of, but across these 3 frames, I'm
Trapped?
pretty sure it said one word. Trapped.
Whoa.
Something bad was happening here. I just couldn't pinpoint any specifics or any concrete evidence as to what. But this sign alone confirmed my gut feeling that something was wrong, and if I didn't do anything about it, I wasn't sure anyone else would.
Right.
I wouldn't get any more answers until the next day when I saw the channel go live again. It picked up exactly where it had left off,
Zero
with
ways
Khan
out.
stuck in a hole and appearing to just look around for a way out. They see a 2x1 tunnel and decide to enter it facing backwards in order to keep looking at what limited light the hole offered them. However, the light is quickly lost, which makes Khan run back to the hole and build out the manual way. Interestingly enough, Khan doesn't go back to their base, and nor do they continue in the direction they were heading in the last stream. Khan heads to a house in a completely different region we haven't seen before. On their way, Khan finds what seems to be like a glitched dungeon and loots it. But this house is what fascinates me. It's built for seemingly no reason, only surrounded by a singular tree stump. They enter the house and take a long look at this random staircase leading down. Khan stares at this hole for, I'm not kidding, 12 minutes, which was quite
went
painstaking
AFK.
to sit through live. Oh my god.
He went AFK.
They do eventually come back and place a bucket that they had gotten from that dungeon in the chest upstairs, and then head to a room, take a pause, head back to the bucket quietly, and then leave the house. Now, this would be weird in and of itself, right? But then Khan does it 10 more times for the remainder of the live stream, just over and over and over again, and it's only until that last run does the stream cut off once again at 30 minutes on the dot. I find this house and what Khan does in it to be very, very interesting, because it's almost like they're trying to rehearse something, like an escape, but it feels like a pretty big jump to assume that just from a Minecraft player leaving a house over and over, but this did worry me, and I began to take this whole situation just a bit more seriously.
Right, look into it. Like and
The
sub.
next day, I joined the stream late because I'm stupid. I missed what I assume was Khan leaving the house and running back to their base, all the while making some bizarre motions, if I do say so myself. They return to base, and as they do, they message on a sign that says, quote, I'm glad you're watching. This kind of scared me beyond belief, just because looking at the viewer count, I was certainly the only one watching the stream, but the stream continues on with Khan walking around, placing torches, and then going to a sort of storage room and organizing some items. However, Khan seems to be sorting these items very, very weirdly, putting random items in specific slots and with random amounts. Khan
What's
appears
good,
to be
Twinkies?
partway through doing this when suddenly they turn to a different chest, pause, and then go AFK for a long period of time. When they do come back, Khan actually breaks the chest and watches the sunrise for the remainder of the
this is an ARG.
Except not quite. They actually, in the last couple seconds, try to run back to the storage room, but the stream ends suddenly at 30 minutes on the dot. I patiently awaited a live stream on Saturday, but one never happened, and while I was slightly worried, I instead decided to spend the time going through Friday's stream. So my recording obviously was missing that first portion of the stream, but I realized what Khan was trying to do when they were like flailing their character around. If you trace the crosshair, you can actually see letters,
Disney.
which ended up getting me D, and then an O, a W, and then another O.
Yeah, wow.
And your guys' guess is as good as mine. I thought maybe it was scrambled, like the word wood, scrambled. but
Happy
I'm
MLK
really
Day,
not
y'all.
sure. So I moved to this chest organization thing. I mean, the blocks that were used were incredibly random, and I tried to find like a common denominator of sorts between all of them, but nothing really came to mind. So I turned to the amount of each item. Khan was very specific about the number of each item, so I knew there had to be a meaning there.
like Morse
But
code?
the answer was right in front of
Binary?
my face the whole time. I mean, if we're assuming
binary is
that
ones
this
and
is a
twos, isn't
child making it, it's not going to be some complex puzzle or a cipher. It's going to be something easy for them to think of. Each number never exceeds 23, which most likely means these are just numbered versions of the alphabet.
Okay.
Using that, I was able to get MAND, CRAFT, VICWS, GMA. And that makes as much sense to
Man,
you as it does to me.
Quaff
I did
Jima.
eventually realize that some of the letters make more sense as numbers. So for example, this A should actually be a 1 to spell Mindcraft, and switching this C back to a 3 spells the word views. But what confused me was the GMA portion, because obviously it's cut off, but there's no words that start like that. Like, are we talking internet slang for grandma? Like, what? Like, here, when I even Google it, you can... Oh, is it an email? The nice thing about Google is you don't need a password to check if an email is valid. And when I typed in the email, I could see that this was in fact
an email,
the one that was connected to the YouTube channel. So Khan was trying to give me access to an email, but I didn't know why. Like, should I email
Not
it?
sure, you do
if
what?
I do email it, what the hell do I say? And what was Khan
What
trying
the hell
to
you go
spell out at
email
the
this
start of-
kid, bro? Whoa, Saturday. Tune in.
Khan was live much
Cold.
later than they had ever been before, which was weird, but everything else seemed normal. For this,
Is that a zombie and
Khan
spider
spent
during the
most of
day?
their time just placing
I get it's
flowers
alpha,
in
but like,
houses,
how alpha?
But Khan was also certainly the most talkative that I had ever seen them be in this stream.
Oh, they were in the
Writing
water
outside,
though, so
saying things
maybe.
like,
I love my house. I like glass. He's watching TV right now, but I should still be careful. I wish nowadays could reflect like real life.
There were a lot of these signs to the point where I don't have
What?
time to go through all of them. The stream finally ends when Khan messages on a sign saying, quote, he's mad. And then the stream ends, but not at 30 minutes this time. For
25.
some reason, this stream ends
Spiders
at
don't burn?
25 minutes and 35
Dude, I ain't played
seconds.
Minecraft in
There's
so
a lot
long.
to talk about here, so let's break this down little by little. There seems to be an obsession with glass or sand, as well as Khan really liking their houses. We also find out that whoever this, quote, he is watching TV at the time of this stream. This is the second time we get a mention of a he, which is interesting. All of this doesn't give me a ton to go on, so I loaded into my recreation of the world, which I had added to in between streams to see if anything struck me as odd. But the information was so vague, it was hard to know exactly what Khan was trying to say here.
Okay, so the houses are important to them. I could have figured that. Sand and
Oh,
glass
are the sizes important?
is so random. It's a pain
Oh,
in the
they
butt
spell
for
something out.
Khan to get. So why even bother with windows? And
Nigga,
only
they
on
spell
one
something
side
out. Come on,
of the
bro.
houses.
If I'm getting it, you gotta be there.
Like, wait. Of course, duh. I'm literally blind. It's the windows. That's why they're so weird. I thought he just sucked at building. Oh, and that's what he was spelling at the end. D-O-W. It's the end of window. God, I'm stupid.
Khan had reflected letters and numbers upside down, so that way I guess they would be a little less obvious, but upon reflecting them back, you could see that it was an address. I know it's a big jump to make, but my guess
Whoa.
is Khan is trying to signal me to their address in order to help
Pull up?
them, save them, whatever. The only thing holding me back from believing this is how on planet Earth Khan had access to a live stream to a specific channel, and why that was their only means of communication to the outside world. But I didn't dwell on that super long, because when I went to look at this address, unfortunately you get tons of places in various US states, from Kansas to Utah to Michigan, Arizona, all the way to Minnesota. Nearly
Minnesota.
every state in the US has a road titled Rock Road. I needed a way to narrow it down, so I scoured back through all the footage until I found something that helped. In the very first stream, the time was shown. Khan's time. So while for me, they go live at 11 a.m. every day, for them, it's 12. They were an hour ahead of me, putting them in Eastern Standard Time, which narrows it down a lot. Takes me from 50 states to about 22, which isn't as much as I'd like, but whatever. So I still needed to figure out which state in specific Khan was in, but by the time I could even figure that out, it was time for the next stream.
He was on time today.
Khan was not where they had left off last stream. Khan was now deep underground, which is very out of character for them, but had seemingly mined there themselves. Khan began to traverse the 2x1 tunnels that they were in, with only the occasional torch providing them light. Every time Khan would encounter a torch, they would exclusively face it, even if it meant walking backwards, which ended up taking a very long time, considering Khan refused to uncrouch the whole time. Eventually, Khan does escape and returns to their base, where they grab a sign and simply say, quote, "He was laughing at me." This is all before roaming around and picking flowers for the remainder of the stream. This stream was by far the most confusing for me because as much as I rewatched it, I truly could not really understand what was going on. We had never seen a jump in location like this. Each stream always picked up exactly where the previous had, and we can also hear our third reference to him, but this time he is laughing at Khan. But not much of this stream was humorous. I mean, unless you think gardening is an absolute hoot, then this stream was more unsettling than anything. With this stream especially, I felt like I had hit a wall. I mean, I couldn't do much more with the info I had except for one thing. I could send this email an email, but I knew if Khan barely had access to Minecraft, then it wasn't going to be them who ends up reading it.
That email going
so
to the
I had
kidnapper
to be very,
gang.
very careful
They
with
gonna
what
say,
I
"Oh, thanks,
decided
let me
to
beat
say
him."
in the email.
Dear player, due to your long-term participation in our game in Minecraft Alpha turning 15 years old this year, we would like to award you an in-game cape and a matching physical cape. You should already see your in-game cape in the Minecraft launcher menu, but to get your physical cape we will need your shipping information. You can check out the cape as well as provide the shipping information at the link below.
Okay, hear me out. This channel was created in 2010, seemingly as a Minecraft Alpha review channel. So, someone was alive 14 years ago and playing and posting Minecraft. My money is it is whoever is keeping this kid trapped. And that link, it will snag the location of whoever ends up opening it. So all I need is for this person to open it and I will be home
Okay.
free. But for now, we wait.
Richie, what you mean though? Well, like when you say that though, like what you mean?
Monday's stream was very important because it somehow finally had audio, and not game audio, microphone audio. It unfortunately just seemed very low quality and mostly hard to hear over the loud keyboard sounds, but just past that, I could hear what sounded like someone talking on the phone. It was hard to hear, but it sounded like a man's voice to me. And meanwhile, Khan is wandering around and cutting down some trees, and then they see the hole from the first stream. Khan makes their way over to it, and using some TNT that they had crafted earlier, decides to blow up the hole. And then this happens.
What? What?
This person is the one who made this hole, and it's probably the same person who's creating all the other weird changes that occurred between streams, and most importantly, this person is most likely the one keeping Khan here.
So he's mad chill. He's like, hey bro, just don't mess with my Minecraft world, we good.
Tree stump and practices leaving it a couple times before the stream eventually ends. Now, this stream had a lot going on, but the stream that happened the next day was genuinely one of the most saddening things I've probably ever seen. Khan was once again not in the position that they logged off in. This time they were standing in front of a sign that said, "You're not going anywhere."
That's crazy.
While their house burned to the ground. They tried to put it out, but most of the fire had
Nah, if
already
you a
been
kidnapper and you let your nigga use
Defeatedly, they
Minecraft
started
and you
walk
do this to
back
him, you
towards
so
their main
man.
base, taking one last look at what remained of that other house. But unfortunately, upon returning, they discovered that this same destruction also was on their main houses. This time, Khan made no effort to put out any of the fire. They simply walked around and watched as everything that they spent so long on burned to the ground. After a while, Khan does something I've never seen them do before, which is mine into the ground 3 blocks and cover up the hole. And this is how the stream remained for the remaining 30 minutes that were left of the stream. It's clear that Khan feels incredibly defeated. I mean, seeing all of their hard work get completely demolished for seemingly no reason would do the same to me. However, within the last 30 seconds of the live stream, this happened.
Wolverine.
What I believe just occurred is Khan tricked whoever was watching them, leaving the computer entirely before their 30-minute time limit was up, meaning they could run back to the computer just in time to type whatever they wanted unsupervised. And I'm pretty sure what Khan had given me was the exact password I needed to get into the Gmail account.
Does it be the same Minecraft password? You're in.
The first thing I checked was the YouTube channel. Specifically, I was looking to get any sort of specific location that would help me narrow down exactly where Khan was being held. I was able to go behind the scenes on the YouTube channel to see any unlisted or private videos, and to my surprise, I saw tons of privated YouTube videos.
Oh, from 2011.
2010 on the channel. They were over 14 years old at this point and looked to be seemingly normal Minecraft review videos. I quickly switched to the live stream tab, where I was able to see a total of 21 live streams, all within the past month, seemingly done by Khan. I clicked on one, I got to see the beginnings of Khan building their house and exploring the world. They would occasionally write on signs asking if anyone was watching, but would eventually move on, seemingly knowing the answer. It broke my heart to go through these old streams and see Khan slowly.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
less
mind
and
you,
less
you just
more
sold.
building and more just keeping
They get that noti that an
But
unknown
I
device
still
signed in.
needed to figure
This
out
nigga's getting
information
like
about
he's
Khan's
dying.
location. So I opened Google, went to the account settings. There was nothing to be found. So I went to the email and I found a few things. Firstly was my email, which was open but had no response, which told me whoever opened it didn't exactly buy my story. There were a couple of sports news subscriptions, but none of them had any specific location info. I had scoured through most of the account and somehow couldn't find a single location or state.
How? How do you have a whole account and none of it has information about where you live?
I switched back over to YouTube, trying to find any information I missed over there.
Watch history. Dude, who clears their YouTube search history? Subscriptions, we have
Michigan.
Oh, wait, yes.
Random? Okay, there's sub to destroying? They know a little ball? Like, okay.
Michigan State.
It suddenly all made sense, from the sports subscriptions to watching TV on Saturdays during the live streams. Even the password being Wolverine was from the Michigan Wolverines, the football team. I typed everything I had into Google Maps and immediately recognized what I saw. I had the right place. It was the house with the stump in front of it. This was it. I
was
knew
building
no
the
one would ever
crib?
believe my story about finding all this info out through a Minecraft live, but it was just enough information to leave an anonymous tip about a child who, after some quick research, I found out went missing in Lake Michigan a few months before the live stream started. I just hoped it was enough.
Okay, we did it, y'all. We saved the day.
I found a police report a few days later. Apparently, the kidnapper had gotten away, but the child was found.
Okay.
The report contained a conversation between an official and Khan, who I learned was actually one Levi Goldings. The conversation went like this.
Hi there, Levi. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. Is that okay? Can you remember what happened when you were first taken?
There's some black phone shit for sure.
Can you tell us anything about the man who took you? Anything about what he looked like, what he wore? That's incredibly helpful. How about where he kept you? Did it ever change? Did he ever move you?
You don't keep me in the basement. Dark, cold, fresh.
I'm sure that was very scary. Can you remember any sounds or noises that stood out to you there?
I would hear crying. Sometimes it really scared me.
Damn, Levi.
Okay, you've been incredibly helpful. You can go back to your bed now.
Now, what I'm about to say isn't gonna sound great. I'm more than happy that Levi is back with his family, but
Right?
something still felt wrong. A, I wanted to know how the kidnapper had gotten away, and B, a lot of things just didn't make sense to me still. When Levi was in the Minecraft house, He never went in the basement. So if that's all he ever knew, how could he have built a replica of the house so accurately when he was playing Minecraft? When we watched him like practice escaping, it wasn't from a basement that he was being held in, it was from like a bedroom of sorts. He could look out the window. And overall, the way Levi describes being treated doesn't exactly align with someone who was allowed to start playing Minecraft every day as like a birthday treat. Oh my God. The birthday. Levi was born April 21st, 2015. But on that very first YouTube video, when the world was started,
was there
Levi
another
said
kid?
It was his birthday. That was July 2nd. There were 2 kids in the house.
Whoa! The kidnapper got away and they took the other kid, Levi, and you didn't say anything?
It's hard sometimes.
Now wait, I gotta say this though. Levi Slick overly dead wrong, cause it's this nigga on Minecraft, the nigga who was in the other nigga who was doing all this shit on Minecraft, that ended up helping this nigga save him. Levi gets saved and the other guy just has to stay there. He probably got moved to a new house. He building a new crib.
Actually, it's hard most of the time.
Sheesh.
But thank you.
I mean, like, Richie, you don't know, like, maybe he's kind of chill. Like, maybe he's a kidnapper, but, like, he's kind of chill.
It's okay,
You keep trying. You gonna get out. We ain't leaving you. We not leaving.
I'll just go my way slow. Looking backward and seeing how far I've gone.
Wow.
Or looking forward and seeing that it worked.
Sheesh. R.I.P. my guy, bro. Nah, he's dead. It actually ends like that? Okay, we gotta run part 2. We gotta run part 2 next time. Because, nigga, what?